nightmare abyss of the piney woods of East Texas. The Random Horror Show. The best in commentary and reviews in horror, sci-fi, fantasy, cult classics, and the obscure from film, television shows, and literature. Join our horror hostess, Keisha Lacey, as she is scary, but random, horrific, and funny. Last but not least, she will chill you to the bone.
Welcome back to the Random Horror Show. I am your horror hostess, Keisha Lacey, coming straight out of the spooky, the macabre, the infinite nightmare of the Piney Woods, better known as the Iron Pine Curtain of East Texas. And thank you all for joining me with the Random Horror Show, as usually being silly and random with my commentary in horror, science fiction, fantasy, cult classics, and the obscure, in movies, television shows, literature, and our wonderful guests that drop in and chop it up with yours truly, your girl right here, your girl, yeah. So tonight's episode is going to be a book review. And I have not done a book review in a good while. And I believe this book right here, oh my goodness. I know y'all gonna be tripping out on this title. And y'all gonna be tripping out like, what? Like, yeah, it's like a what, a WTF, and a WHTH and everything else. Whatever you want to say, but you be like, what the hell did I just read? What the fuck did I just like read? Yes, it's like that. And I am going to be reviewing Matt Micheli's Pornageddon. You heard me right. I said it correctly. I didn't stutter. Pornageddon. You know, like you take porn, slice it, Armageddon, you put that, you slice that and you put it together. Pornageddon. Yeah, that's the title of this book that I read. And oh my gosh, you talking about it snatched my fingernails, my toenails, the hair on my little cookie box. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. What did this man write? And how did he make it work? Well, Matt didn't make it work. And also, everybody out there in East Texas, when you're listening to me and all over the world, he says hello to y'all. Hello, hello, hello. He says hi. He says his love and everything else. To all of y'all's, my freaks, my goblins, my spooks out there that just love hearing me just rat-a-tat-a-tat on and everything else. But before I step into the hell gates of porn again, before I get to talking and reviewing about this book, is this is very relatable news. So Texas, my home state, and Pornhub, you know, where you get your first class rate porn, you know, website, is that if anybody is going to be watching anything, or if you have not been paying attention, is that they're both locked into a lawsuit. So they're letting you know that our officials in Texas are requiring people to verify their age before allowing you to be on Pornhub. So they feel that not only this impinges on the rights of adults to access protect speech, it fails strict scrutiny by the employing the least effective and yet the most restrictive means of accomplishing Texas' stated purpose of alleged protecting minors. So I'm reading like this disclaimer that they have. And of course, you know, I understand that like the whole point of not letting minors view any type of you know, pornography sites, because yes, it is very detrimental. I'm telling you, it's super detrimental to like watch like an overabundance of like pornography. It really is. It's low vibrational. You know, you lose yourself in it, and it's just a time, like, it just tells like the time of, like, all through of like how people are so obsessed with this. It actually takes in this Pornageddon book of how people's obsession with pornography can get and actually lead them into a lot of trouble. But this right here, what I'm reading you, is real current news of what's going on with the state of Texas and Pornhub. So any other Texas user that is trying to log in and you getting really pissed off because you have to now put your age verification, this is what's going on. And of course, reading is fundamental. You know, uh, you need to call LeVar Burton and ask him to tutor your ass and everything how to read. But I get the bill. I understand the bill. I don't want, minors to view this and everything. But guess what? You always gonna have some body that's going to like find a loophole into things, and and that's very sad. But I rather for like the graphic nature of pornography to be viewed by like adults, and some of us adults who do not like it and everything, we don't watch it or view it or whatever like that. But I understand the whole free speech thing and stuff like that, but this is what's going on, and Pornhub versus the state of Texas because of these laws. That's right now that's passing um, this suit of making sure that though there's Texans that is like way above the age 18, they're kind of getting a little crispy. Like, I really don't want to register, put my information or my age. I should just like look it up incognito style and watch it whenever I please. So this is what's going on, and I find this very fascinating. Just me reviewing um Pornageddon and Matt writing this book, and then this is what's going on. This is woo, this is some odd stuff. This is like some, I don't know, this world, this whole everything, it's strange, but you know what? Life is strange, and real life can be horror, but this is like, to me, it's like, how would I say, life is imitating art a little bit right in here, especially what's going on with the company, website Pornhub, with the state of Texas. So, I hope some agreements come through, but I really do, is 1000% 10 toes down of just making sure that children don't fall into the dark side of a lot of things on the web, especially with viewing pornography sites. And I've worked at an adult film store, selling that, and I had to put money on the table, food on the table, big money and everything else, because I was, a single mom and everything, and then also I was going to school. So, I get that point, and you know, there's people who don't like it, and there's people that do. There's people that are obsessed with it, but let's go ahead and just dive into this book right here of Pornageddon by Matt Micheli. He has done it again. He is the author of The White, Scratched, 2 Minutes with the Devil, the Halloween stories that he has written. Very short, to the point, very good at his blood, splat, and gore. Very, he's very unique of like how his writing, his writings are. But this is one unique book from Mr. Micheli that I was just like, sir, I need to get your like laptop. I need to get your laptop. I'm confiscating that thing. I'm confiscating it because he not only is just blends like pornography, but this is also a tale, the good old tale of good versus evil, and we all have like seen it through movies, different types of media and books. I mean, even in the Bible about good and evil, the fight against good and evil. It has that approach of like Stephen King's The Stand, and you get to feel that energy of that, in Pornageddon, and you just like, wow, are you serious? And it's like, yes, he is very serious, and this book right here does not pull any punches. It does not bullshit. And the one thing it did not bullshit, which I was completely impressed by him, and I find it to be very brilliantly written, is the very graphic descriptions that are in this book, that it really just makes like penthouse, form letters looks like a fucking textbook. I was just like, are you serious? Like it. I'm just. This is one of the things that I'm just going to talk about, is that I thought that the way how he describes certain scenes, because there is a lot of this like in the book, that it was going to be corny or cheesy or something like that, or I'm like, okay, he don't even know what he's talking about. No, homie knows what he's talking about. He knew how to write it very, very well. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me. He wrote those parts very, very descriptive, very, I mean, you could just like literally just look and you just see what's going on right in front of your eyes. And I'm gonna tell you, you need some Visine, you need water, because your mouth is gonna drop a lot. It's going to get dry. Your eyes are just going to be big as moons, and they're going to dry out, because you just cannot believe like how much like he just put not only a lot of thought into this, but there's some comedy in here. And I'm saying you get your eye drops, because once you start laughing, you're going to start laughing. And he had me like, I'm hitting my walls in a couple of parts of the book where he just threw something so funny. And Matt, I'm just going to say it like this. You need to kind of have like your side projects of like writing some comedy. I mean, because you do have like a very good knack of writing comedy, because I just couldn't stop laughing at some things in what you. Oh my gosh. I was just like, man, this dude is super funny. Like, you just couldn't do nothing but laugh, and it's like very enjoyable. Now, you have like an unlikely, people that are going to become the heroes. And the same thing, like it is, with The Stand, of like you had people that didn't know each other, that came together, that when they went off to Vegas to fight Randall Flagg. And it's like a couple of characters, you just like, oh my gosh, I don't like them, oh my gosh, I like them, oh my gosh, I feel bad for them. You're gonna get like that sense of like these characters that are very well written, in this novel, that you're just like, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Now, I love the part about like how you have this wonderful, beautiful new starlet, and she is literally taking everybody by storm. And if you think about like how, when you think about like at the top of your head of what adult film star had a mainstream, appeal to people, that became a household name, you think of Jenna Jameson. And this character in here, Abuela Jane, I think I said it incorrectly, but she has that appeal of just like Jenna Jameson. And like, of course, she had like some scraps with a couple of the women in this book. It is like very charming, of like how I would put it, like I've always noticed about Matt, is that he really does know how to write a woman character. And I was just like, bro, there's a lot of male authors out there who make their female characters very stiff or just lacking in so much like complexities, or just like having her as just two-dimensional and nobody doesn't care about them. But these like characters, he writes women characters very, very beautifully, like he did in Scratched. And it's just like, dude, how you I'm like, how I'm just like, and and this is just only my opinion, a lot of male writers do actually miss the mark about like how to write women characters. But he puts a lot of heart and soul, especially with writing with women characters. He really does. And that is like a much love and appreciation to him. And there's also a few others, for those who do write really well written women characters, in your books and everything, sending my love to y'all. But porn again is like a very wild ride. You'll laugh, you're just like, oh my gosh, your jaw will drop. But it's also like, if you don't realize it, that it actually questions um a lot about your faith. And I was just like, whoa. I was questioning myself after I got done reading it. And I'm just like, like, do I need to pull out a Bible right now? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, whoa. So it's like a lot of things that you question yourself about, even though you just like, I cannot believe this man like actually took pornography and then uh the forces of good and evil and put this together as this wonderful, brilliant, just funky on funky, just ass popping, dick slanging novel. And I'm just like, how does he do that? But he did it. And I'm just like, wow. And which makes me like being very thought provoking and stuff is that, we never think that like religion and pornography, though we think of it as being polar opposites, that they have a really interesting connection with each other. I mean, if you haven't thought that deep about stuff like that, um pornography and religion, they do have a connection with each other. They really, really do. But we always going to see there's always that obsession with pornography, and we always see the obsession with religion. So you have like these two polar opposites, but they're really not polar opposites. I mean, if you think about it, I know, right? From something of the title itself, Pornageddon, and then you read Pornageddon, and you're just like, wait a minute, hold up. Yeah, it's like that. But other than my thoughts on this, porn again is like porn again. See, I'll keep messing stuff up. Is a very unforgettable. It's like unforgettable novel written by the wonderful, just twisted and dark mind of Matt Micheli. I give this book like at least about 5.5 devils on this Ruda Poodle scooter right here. It has you laughing. It has you thinking. It has you like, oh crap. It has good amount of gore, nastiness, grossness, blood, junk. You may anything that you can name is all up in this book, yo. And even there's some things in here that surprise the mess out of me. I'm not letting y'all know, but Lord have mercy. Y'all, this book had me calling the Lord Satan, Lucifer, Beelzebub, Jesus, Buddha. Shoot, I was finna get started on calling the 72 like lords and legions and everything. Shoot. All of that. Then I want to call like the angels and the seraphims and all that too. They by their names. gonna start talking in Hebrew and everything else, because baby, um, it's gonna make you think on some stuff when you get done with this. But it is really a quite delightful book. He did it again. He always is like, to me, he just full of surprises of his writing style. He always challenged himself, and he always he's just very like wonderful, especially in his imagination. And who would have thought you could blend pornography, religion, and the battle against good and evil with likable and unlikable characters that you just like, yeah, homie is on his way. Matt Micheli, he has done it again. He has done it again, and his work really shows, and his craft is very, very unique. Very, very unique. But you can go and check out Porn again on Amazon. Um, hard copies, I believe, is coming out. You could also read it on Kindle. Go catch it and everything on Kindle. That is on Amazon. Put a good old review out for him on Amazon and on Goodreads. He's also going to be coming back on the Random Horror Show, as we're going to talk very deeply about Pornageddon and like everything about it without the spoilers. But I didn't spoil, guess what? I didn't spoil nothing for y'all. I just leave it to where I have it to where, whoo, to where I'm gonna give you little tidbits of it, so you might feel like freak, be obsessed, sis, and go right on ahead and check out Pornageddon. It's one book that you will never forget. And also you can catch him on Instagram at Matt Micheli. He also has a website called Micheli's World. You can find him on Facebook and get in touch with him. Let him know what you think about Pornageddon. I'm telling you, it's a surefire read. He's on his book tour coming up soon. Like I said, he's joining the Random Horror Show. We're going to talk about his book. And also, you can find me on the Random Horror Show on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Just type in Random Horror Show. I can't remember that stuff. Okay? I can't remember everything. And also, if you want to drop me a line at therandomhorrorshow@gmail.com, if you are a horror content creator, musician, uh, author, anything that is in the horror community, independent filmmaker, actors, whatever, you are more than welcome to chop it up with me. I love all of you, and y'all have a really great night. And I'm Keisha Lacey, and this is the Random Horror Show.